I'm back. Welcome to Bottom of the Bounce. I feel like it's been so long since I recorded on here. I know it doesn't probably feel like as long if you're watching them, because I'm assuming you don't watch them the minute that I post them. Although that would be cool. Maybe creepy, but cool. And I also will record several typically and then space them out. So I'm not, like, not everything is always real time, right? However, so since I last recorded, I got out of my storage unit. I know that is not a big deal to anybody but me, but it's one less bill and that price was going up. So we got out. And here's another reason that that's cool. All of my studio stuff from lawsuit lockup time was purged in like 2 days into 2 storage units, which I then condensed down to 1 storage unit within a couple of months. Not necessarily by purging, but just by fitting it in and moving some stuff home. When I tell you there's a lot of stuff in a storage unit, oh my God, it's the understatement of the world. So my sweet son and I took a day. My husband was sick that day, but we took a day and we filled up that sweet boy's pickup truck, and we filled up my car, and we filled up the back of his pickup, the back seat of the pickup, the other part of the front seat, my entire car with the seats down. We did that 3 different times. That's how much stuff was in the storage unit. So that's a really long way to get around to, I'm kind of living in a hoarder situation now. There's shit everywhere. It's everywhere. There's shit everywhere. Now, here's where it's good. Except for getting out of the storage unit, taking that bill away. Here's number 3 goodness, is I'm living in a hoarder situation, which means I got to get rid of stuff. I have got to purge. No amount of rearranging is going to make this work. We had a full home. I had a full studio, and these two are not meant to be together. But I don't want to get rid of everything because it's my studio. But what it's doing, and this is the groovy part, because you've heard me kind of struggling through, I have a job. How do I make this work when I'm doing this? And this is how long I'm gone. And I've been mulling this over. That's still being mulled. I am a spiced wine. I am mulling. But here's the cool thing. Why is somebody calling me right now? No. Not now. Spam risk. So here's the thing. I got to get rid of stuff, which what it's doing while I'm also mulling over everything else. This is the most beautiful way that the universe has provided to be like, girlfriend, hone in on the photography and the art you want to create, because I am not good at honing in on what I want to create because I like everything. If you bring me your 2-year-old, it's going to be my favorite photo session ever. And if it's your whole family, it's my favorite photo session. If you're a musician, it's my favorite photo session. I love them all. I can't express to you how much I love them all. I'm joking me. I love them all. So what this is going to do is get rid of some of the props and some of the things, and I'm probably going to peel away what I did the least amount of first. I have ideas of the direction I want to go. Obviously, you kind of have to follow your gut on that. It's not going to be... So the thing about being an artist or a photographer is not everything is on paper. Not everything is really spelled out. If I was an accountant, I could be like, oh, these are the people that pay the most, or that I get the most clients of, or whatever. There is that to a degree in photography because you want where the clients are, right? But you also, it's an art form. You have to also provide what is going to work for those clients. It's a twofold situation. So I know the direction I want to go. I also have been, this is also another reason why I haven't been on here as much. I just took a step back. I just needed to listen to the universe. I needed to reflect a little. I get really reflecty in December. That will be a whole different thing. I really hone in on, well, that's where I'm good. I want to know everything that happened this year. I want to reflect on it. I want to know what I want to change. I am a goal setter. I'm a planner. I am that girl. It blew up this year because just really nothing went my way, and this was not the first year. We've covered all that. Things have been weird, but I am still really, 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 really trying to turn that ship in the harbor, right? So happy things. I'm realizing, the good parts of this job. There's bad, but there's good. Nothing's all bad. Nothing's all good. So there are some good things. How do I keep good things and add back my good things that I love? The part of me that's me, because I have lost that. I did become what I was afraid of, which was get up and go to work, get up and go to work, get up and go to work. I don't want to be that. I do not want to be that. That is beautiful if that's who you are and you're happy with that. I love that for you because I cannot settle into it. But I also have to be the change I want to see in my world. And so I took a step back. I got this stuff out of storage. I started realizing what I needed to get rid of. I also had my dear friend Bird, who I love dearly, has gifted me a camera. And yes, I have a camera, but this is a camera it's a special camera. It is a 4x5 large format film camera. And I love stuff like that. He is also moving back closer to me. We're going to do some stuff together. I'm just going to be able to get my art back on, which there was a line he said to me that really, really resonated with me while we were talking, and I was saying some of the goals I wanted to achieve that I haven't shared here yet, because some things I like to move in silence on. Some of it I'm gonna let you guys know, like, here's all the crap going on, but I'm not gonna tell you every little bit, because first of all, nobody wants to hear that. Second of all, you don't have time to listen to that. Third of all, I don't have time to go through all that. I'll just tell you when it happens. But while I was telling him, I showed him a photograph that I had created, and I said, would this work for what I'm trying to do? All right, yeah, we're gonna talk about that. That would be cool. And then we started talking more, and something came up about my husband, and I explained a photograph that I had created of him, and Bird said, I want to see it. And so I showed him, and he was like, that's the one. That's the one. He goes, you solved the problem of the writer. You've been solving the problem of the photographer. Now you've solved the problem of the writer. And that's the greatness. And I was like, you lost me. Solving the problem of the photographer is making people look good. I'm a portrait photographer, so you could say things look good if you're not. The problem of the photographer is I need to make you look good. I need to make you photographically look good, but I also need you to feel like you look good and your friends to feel like this is the greatest picture of you, not that doesn't even look like you, because then you failed, right? The problem of the photographer is making somebody look good. The problem of the writer is telling the story. When he said that to me, oh my God, that's what I want to do. I want each person that comes in. This is why I'm drawn to artists. This is why I'm drawn to musicians. I want to tell their story. I want to solve the problem of the writer. I also want to solve the problem of the photographer, right? Like it is a twofold thing, because in anything artsy, nothing's ever just plain. But that was like the most, I loved that quote. Like, you're going to see it places, because that is very much going to be an artistic mantra for this upcoming year. I want to solve the problem of the writer. I want to tell the story. I want to show where you are right now. And the beautiful thing in that is I've been doing that. I just didn't have the words for it. When I show my preteens and my tweens, and I'm trying to show the duality of that age, and when I'm, doing the musicians, when all of the things. I'm trying to show your story as it is right now. I want to show what it is right now. I don't need to show your entire story, but I want to tell the story of your life. I want my photograph to be a story, which is something every photographer wants and does, right? We want storytelling in our images. It's literally, if you enter print competition through PPA, if you enter international print competition, it's one of the elements that you're judged on is your storytelling. It's a big deal in photography. Like, yeah, you're writing with light, but you need to be telling a story with that light. Not just making somebody pretty with that light, although there's merit in that too. So that was a really cool thing. And so I did just sit back a little bit and I'm like, okay, I'm looking at, what I like, what I don't like about the situation right now, what I can change, what I can't change. I cannot change that my husband is in and out of the hospital all the time. I can't change that right now. What can I do to alleviate some of the stress in the house, right? Like, this ain't it. This ain't it. I don't have time for everything. So how do I make it happen, right? So I've been just taking a step back and listening to the universe too. And when the universe hands me a 4x5 camera, I hear that. It's not always as obvious as just only go use this camera, because if you've ever shot large format, it ain't that easy and it ain't that cheap. But between the camera, between the wisdom of my friend Bird, and he is also one of my huge mentors in photography. He was my first professor. He is my forever friend. He is, he's a gift. And being in his sphere, I told him that's where I want to be. I want to be in his sphere. I have things to accomplish and I need to make it happen. And he had some great advice about that. It's what I'm going to try to focus on a little bit more. I'm not making any huge changes. You're still going to hear about, dadgummit, I had to work freaking 12 hours today. You're still going to hear it. You know what? It's life. And in the middle of a bounce, there was a path down, but there has to be a path back up, right? And we're still on the path. You don't just teleport to the top of the bounce. That would be way less storytelling, but it would be great. But it ain't how it is. So that's the exciting thing right now. I'm doing my end of year stuff. I'll tell you what that means, but I am doing my end of year things. I'm focusing, I'm picking and choosing what I like and what I don't like. Obviously, some of it, I can't. I mean, obviously, I don't like my husband in the hospital. I want him to be healthy. I don't know what to do about that. So it just is what it is on some of the things. But on the things that I can control, I'm working on those. I'm listening. I'm looking for the signs. I am looking for the signs, right? So that's what's been going on. Happy things, which is good leading up to holidays. And everybody's busy, so I'm not too worried about not always having like one of these little videos out, because I know you're not sitting around watching YouTube. You have things to do. You have holidays to celebrate. You have friends to see. You have jobs to do. You have mountains to climb of your own, which I love. But I did want to get on and tell you my happy stuff. That's the cool thing, because I know the last one was kind of bitchy. Sometimes, you know what, you just got to bitch. But today, it's kind of cool, except for the hoarder situation, which, let me tell you, it's big. So that's my homework for you. Go declutter something. That's what I'm going to be doing. I am decluttering. All right. Love you guys. Mwah! And I've missed you, but I'm glad to be back. So I know you didn't even know I was gone, but here we are. We're back. And I still haven't painted the thing.